Hey guys, it's Ben from Bowman Library Youth Services here with a very special book spotlight. As many of you know, today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And being in Youth Services, I wanted to showcase a couple of cool books and a movie that help to teach your kids and even your teens who Martin Luther King Jr. was, his life and legacy, and why we celebrate this incredible holiday today. So, the first book I want to showcase is a picture book called My Brother Martin. It's by Christine King Ferris. If that name rings a bell, that's because this was written by Martin Luther King Jr.'s older sister. And what I love about this book is it kind of showcases what it was like to grow up with ML, as she calls him affectionately, as a younger brother. That even though, of course, we know him as the leader that he was and the incredible advocate for civil rights that he was a normal kid. He loved to play with Tinker Toys and Monopoly and loved to play a few pranks on the neighbors every now and then. But it also showcases, too, how much his family and especially his father was an inspiration behind the man he would eventually become. So I love this book. I think it's a very cool perspective on what it was like to live with him from somebody who had a very first-hand account of the matter. So yes, pick this up today. Incredible book. So the next one I want to showcase too is called A Place to Land. And this one is by Barry Wittenstein and Jerry Pinkney. Now what's cool about this one is not only does it showcase the civil rights era and the work that Martin Luther King Jr. did, but this book specifically focuses on everything that went down to getting the I Have a Dream speech written. It's incredible. All of the brainstorming and all of the suggestions and advice that MLK got before he delivered the final version that we all know and love from 1963. So yes, this is an incredible picture book that showcases all of that goes on. So yes, I would highly recommend this. Again, it gives a really cool perspective on how events played out back then. So again, highly recommend this one. This is incredible. And then the next one I want to showcase, this one is specifically a bit more for the middle high school age. This one is called MLK, Journey of the King. So kind of like the others, this one showcases the life of MLK, but in a little bit of a larger format here. And I love that there are all sorts of pictures inside and all sorts of colors that kind of help to really deliver the message home of this is what it was like to live through that era and to experience the life that MLK experienced. One thing in particular that I love about this book in particular is that it showcases when things got tough for MLK. He really pulled into something called an agape love, which agape in Greek basically means a love your enemies kind of love. And I love how this showcases how he did go through a lot of hard times. I mean, it wasn't easy going through all of the movements and for fighting for civil rights like they did. And he really had to pull from that source of faith and love to continue walking and fighting the good fight. And I love that, yes, this really conveys it well. And the author is Tanya Bolden. So this is also in our biography section here at the library. So if you have somebody, maybe again, a middle high schooler who would like to know more about MLK, this is an excellent book for it. So the very last book I would this is a movie that I would like to feature is an animated movie called Our Friend Martin. So what I love about this is not only it's animated and it features a star-studded voice cast. I mean, it has James Earl Jones, Whoopi Goldberg, Jaleel White, LeVar Burton, Susan Sarandon, John Travolta. I mean, this is a loaded movie, especially for 1999. But what I love is it gives a really fun perspective on the life of MLK. It features a main character named Miles Woodman, who's having some trouble getting through school. He's in 6th grade, and he's about to fail, so he really has to rely on a desperate measure to pass his history class. And so he and his friend Randy time travel at different points in history to MLK's growing up years, to his young adulthood as a minister at Ebenezer Baptist Church, all the way until he becomes a man in his 30s, giving the famous speeches that he does. So I won't reveal the entire plot for what happens, but this is a very cool mix of getting to know MLK with a little bit of time travel mixed in there too, with a fun plot line. So this was put out by 20th Century Fox, and I would highly recommend this. This is an incredible movie, both for kids, teens, but even adults. I think this is an incredible showcase of what it was like to live the life of MLK. So pick this up at our library. This is in our juvenile DVD section. And thank you so much for tuning in today. That's all the recommendations I have. Make sure to come in for all of our books. We have tons of books about civil rights and the life of MLK. But it was a pleasure getting to speak with you all today. Have an incredible MLK Day, and I'll see you all later.